Well, week 8 was another movie. And I would just like to start by saying I had no idea that Friday night was going to be straight crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, look, hey, it's your girl Autumn, and we are back for another edition of As a Fan of College Football. This is where I cover college football related content through the eyes of a fan. And let me tell y'all what. Week 8 was crazy, but before we really get into it, I need you to go ahead and hit the like. I need you to go ahead and hit the subscribe. I need you to go ahead and share the video. And I also need you to hit the notification bell so that you will know at any time, any moment that I'm out here in these YouTube streets. Eventually, I want to do some lives. So, you know what I'm saying? I think I still need to build up my viewership. So, my subscriptions and stuff like that. But I really would like to start going live. And actually, I think the goal will probably be during the college football bracket thingy, the reveal. So I think that's when I want to have a live. So anywho, Friday when I sat down, I logged off of work and got me something to eat. I'm like, all right, let's check these games out. Now I had no, I mean, I was gonna watch the games, but I had again, this is another week that I had no intent on really covering any of the ranked teams against unranked teams, especially like the Miami Louisville game. But I was gonna watch it, no big deal, and it was actually a big deal because who would have thought? I just want to know who would have thought. I need y'all to let me know in the comments. Who would have thought that Louisville was gonna go down to Miami and beat them? I mean, it's just one of those things that you do not have on your bingo card. Let's keep it a buck. Nobody thought, like, nobody did. Maybe Louisville did. Maybe they, you know what I'm saying? They was like, look, they don't know who we messing with. We gonna go down here and get this win, and that's good for them. But those of us who are just fans who have seen Miami, uh, kind of make their comeback, you know what I mean? Like thinking that this is their comeback year, and honestly, they outside of this game, they are doing really well. Carsen Beck had been doing well, but unfortunately, Georgia's Carsen Beck showed up. Georgia's Carsen Beck showed up. Although this season I have praised Carsen Beck because honestly, I feel like he's a totally different quarterback than he was at Georgia. But now I am feeling like he is the exact same quarterback that was from Georgia because it's like those certain games he just can't get it together, right? Which is just crazy. Like it's just like, are you for real right now, Carsen Beck? Like be serious. Be serious. Georgia's Carsen Beck has landed in Miami, and it's unfortunate for them. So let's talk about it. The Heisman hopeful played a good game, aside from the fact that he threw like 4 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? He was 25 or 35 for 271 yards. That was decent of him, but the messed up part about that is he threw 4 interceptions. And that last one, I was talking to my homegirl and I'm like, they got the ball. I'm like, watch him throw another interception. And that's exactly what he did. And then he got his ass up there on the damn then he got his ass up there on the press conference and blamed the tight end, which I don't even really know whose fault it was for real. He said that the dude didn't run the route the way that he was supposed to, and that could very well be true. But come on, bro, what about the other three? Who are we blaming for the other three? Because, those also played an intricate part in this L that y'all took. Knock it off, Carson. This is the exact problem that he had at Georgia. He would put up really good numbers. He would, otherwise, but it just came down to certain games, like these must win games or these games that made no sense for them to lose. And he lost them. And a lot of it was due to his own stuff, like the things that he did or he did not do. So taking the focus off of Carson Beck for a minute, the team as a whole trailed the entire game, which again, I don't I keep talking about how I am trying to get away from speaking about these teams when it comes to like the polls because sometimes I don't understand the polls. And even though I do believe that Ohio State is still the number one team in the country. A lot of times, some of these polls don't, I just feel like they don't get it right. But speaking on them and them being the number two team in the country at this point, it was just this was just unexpected. It was unexpected, and it was a very terrible loss for Miami. So they scored two rushing touchdowns. Louisville held Miami to a total of 63 yards on the ground. 63 yards. Malachi Tony was in there though. 9 catches for 135 yards receiving. CJ Daniels had 7 catches for 74 yards. And notably, Keontae Scott had 9 solo tackles. He was all over the place. So, it was a couple of people that was out there doing what they were supposed to do. Carsen Beck was not. Louisville managed to beat Miami with 4, again, interceptions, but they did not sack Beck at all, which I'm not mad at it. I just feel like this is one of them games that you would have thought that something like that would have been happening, being that he threw 4 interceptions. But kudos to them. It's really no shade. It's just something that I noted while I was taking my notes. Miller Moss was 23 of 37 for 248 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Impressive. Miller Moss, kudos to you. You went out there and you did exactly what you were supposed to do as the quarterback. Isaac Brown had 15 carries for 113 yards. Chris Bell had 9 catches for 136 yards, 2 touchdowns. And as far as interceptions, JoJo Evans Jr., Antonio Watts, Jabari Mack, and TJ Capers all came up with 1. So you had 4 different defenders picking up a good old interception from your boy. I wish, sometimes I should probably like record myself watching these games. But again, I never expect something like this to happen, which is the joy of college football. College football is the most insane sport there is. At any given moment, you can have a big upset like this. I know I talk about stuff like this all the time. I just don't see these type of things happening in the NFL. I mean, yeah, they have their upsets, whatever, what have you, but it's just the energy is just different. Everything about it is just that. Who tell me? And I want to know. Be serious. Be dead ass right now. Nobody, did you think Louisville was going to go down there and beat Miami in Miami? Let's not do this. There's not a person that might watch this video who thought that. If you say you did, I don't believe it. So that being said, number 19, Louisville, because they are ranked number 19 now, will host Boston College on Saturday, and Miami will host Stanford. Again, 2 games that I feel like, I don't know how Louisville is going to do against Boston College. I haven't watched a bunch of Boston College this year. And Miami, I mean, again, they should beat Stanford. Am I right? They should beat Stanford. So tell me in the comments, fans, I need to know. I need to know how you guys felt about this game. I need to know how you guys felt while watching this game, if you had a chance to watch it, or, the reactions afterwards, like when you picked up your phone or you turned on ESPN and you were like, I know you lying. I want to know exactly how you felt about this game. So let me know in the comments. And until you hear me or see me again, peace.